What's up, Dream Media family? This is Zach. Welcome back to another episode. Today we're out here in Nashville, Tennessee, and we are going to be discussing how to align your projector, racking your focus, kind of just the general best practices for aligning the brand new JVC DLA-NZ900. We do sell everything you need for your home theater here at Dream Media, from speakers to amplifiers, processors, cables, brackets, projectors, and screens. But today, this is just educational for all of our customers out there who have supported us over the years. We want to give back to you. If you just bought your brand new NZ900, I hope you find this video informative. We're gonna essentially just take it step by step by step. Now, if you guys are intrigued by this gorgeous ring, you gotta smash that subscribe button down below, because we are going to be doing a long form video covering all the intricate details of doing a full-blown home theater installation. This is a 7.2.4. We have a 120-inch ALR screen. We're using all Focal 1000 series. We have their IWLCR 6s for our front, left, right, and center. In addition to that, we got the IW6s for our surrounds and surround rears. And then overhead Atmos, we have 4 Focal IC A6 aimable in-ceiling Dolby Atmos speakers. Well guys, without further ado, let's get into this alignment. All right, Dream Media family, so we are moving right along with this project. Now we have our front left, right, center speakers all installed perfectly level, as well as our screen, surround left, right, rear left, right, and all 4 of our Dolby Atmos speakers. So we figured perfect timing to pop up our brand new NZ900. So we have a beautiful hush box here, but do you want to go over some of the other mounting options that are commonly used, and go over some of the hardware that we have to offer?
Yeah, so with the NZ900, obviously the customer, it's not a, I would say, full-on hush box, because we are going to leave the front open. There is some exhaust out the back. This is just a nice clean way to install your projector. If you're wanting to ceiling mount the NZ900, we also sell our Dream Media preferred mount on our site. We really would like to use those for the NZ7 and below, anything that's going to be below 50 pounds. The NZ800 is kind of pushing the scales. The NZ900, that's where we really like to go into the chief mounts. We won't, miss that if you're working with us directly. So that's why we'd like for you to reach out if you have questions. You don't know what screen to use, don't know what projector mount. Even if you've already have the projector, you're looking for a new mount, whatever the case is, we're here to help. We have our electrical out up there right now. We have our HDMI cable. We have our cable for our IR extension, because we're going to be installing the brand new Ava cinema remote. The thing kicks booty. But yeah, this is just a little single outlet surge protector that we're going to put into the existing outlet, and then plug our projector into there. So it's good to protect your investment, but this doesn't really have to go on projectors. It can go on subwoofers. It can go on your modem, if that is away from your rack. Anything that you think that is important to you, that you want to protect, and we can get you set up. But this is a watt box single outlet surge protector.
What's great too, 540 joules, and it's like 39 bucks. Pretty hard to beat. Yeah, really nice and compact. I do want to talk about HDMI specifications, guys. So whenever you are running a quality projector, you gotta have the right cabling in place. So as you can see, we do have a top of the line HDMI cable that does support 8K, HDR, ER, all that good stuff. It's 48 gigabits per second, and it does do our HDMI 2.1, our 8K at 60 hertz. So it also has grip tech. This is a little cool feature that I don't talk about very often, but it just kind of clips that HDMI in with a firmer hold. I really like using Grip Tech HDMIs if at all possible. But HDMI is just another thing that you can add to your package. Here at Dream Media, we want to make it seamless, guys, to where everything's there on install day and you can get that whole project knocked out in 1 day, maybe 2 days, depending on the installers and timelines and things like that. But as you can see, Kellen is getting antsy back there. We're gonna go ahead and get this projector thrown up. Let's go, guys.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop this puppy in. Alrighty, so we have our power cord ran, Cat 6 off to the side because we're gonna try to splice that a little later with our Ava remote.
Things are not light. All right, there you go.
We went ahead and made sure this cabinet was completely level ahead of time. This is center to the room, so I'm gonna go ahead and measure center of the box. Go ahead and get the lens lined up to that as well.
So guys, right now, we're just running an extension cable until tomorrow when the electricians get out here, just to get our alignment done so that they don't have to worry about it tomorrow, but that power outlet isn't live right now. All right guys, so now we're powering up the projector and I'm gonna take the cameras and flip it that direction. So then we can talk about best practices for alignment. All right guys, now we got the cameras flipped around for you. Kellen's gonna lower the light a little bit. You're probably not gonna see us, but I wanna make sure you can see kind of the procedure. So whenever you're doing a projector alignment, there's a few core things that you need to consider. Is your projector screen, first of all, level and square? We covered that when we did the installation of this screen. What you do is you measure your screen diagonally, both ways, and make sure you have the exact same measurement. So always start there, guys. Make sure your screen's nice and square, make sure your screen's level with earth, and make sure that the sheetrock is level. If you go and touch one side of your screen like this, guys, go over here, and that side is solid, and you come over here, and this side of the screen is moving, then you know you're probably gonna have
Drywall's not plumb, so.
Yeah, that's another very common issue that we see all the time. The next step is the projector. So we have the projector up there now. What we want to do is make sure that the projector lens is dead center with the screen.
And one thing that I noticed right out of the gate here is we have a little more bleed over past the speaker over on the left-hand side. Zach's face is kind of covering that now. Oh. But you can see, you know, we need to swivel the projector a little more to the right. Physically moving the projector first is going to, you know, make things a little easier when you get to the actual manipulating the zoom and the focus. And the least amount of lens shift you have to do inside the projector, I think the better, because then you can introduce some chromic aberrations of, you know, then you have to do a lot of panel alignments and it can just throw off the image slightly. So the less work you have to make the projector do or any electronics.
Yeah, good point there, Kellen. So what we're gonna do is adjust our picture to where it's perfectly centered. And what Kellen's talking about is physically just rotating the projector to the right. And then after he's done that, what we're going to do is shift our image down, and then we're going to adjust our feet on the bottom as needed to get it to level with the screen. It looks much better. So now, as you guys can see, we're a little bit closer to center. So next we're going to be zooming in and then shifting our image down so then we can level the projector with the screen.
Perfect. So in order to do that, you're going to hit the lens control button on the actual JVC remote. It's going to be, you know, up in the top right area above your directional keypad. So we'll hit lens control. Now we're in focus. We're going to hit it again. That's in zoom. So we can go ahead and make the image smaller by pressing down. We're going to get close. We're going to get close. Okay, then we're going to hit lens control again and shift. Now we're physically shifting the image down onto the screen. Perfect.
That's pretty good though.
That's pretty good. It's gonna make quick work tonight, boys. All right, here we go. Shift it down a little more.
So as you can see, guys, Kellen's just kind of tweaking it one click at a time and shifting and zooming, essentially. So as you can see, he's already getting extremely close. I don't know if you guys can see that, but his lines are pretty spot on. So now we're gonna get really up close and start doing a very, very detailed alignment that you guys need to be able to see.
She's pretty dang good there, Haas.
So as you guys can see, Kellen's already just done an incredible job aligning this, but this is a very common...
Yeah, the top is level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The top is level, so this is a very, very common issue when aligning projectors, and I made videos on this in the past, but essentially, guys, when you have a bigger gap on one of your sides, whether it's left or right on the bottom, but the top is level, what you're going to do is actually physically move the projector to the right. Whichever side has less of a gap, you're gonna lean into it, you're gonna rotate into it. Now, I'm not talking about a lot. We're talking about 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, barely adjusting that projector. And that's where that fine adjustment mount that we have for the ceiling really comes into play and is worth every penny. But we're gonna physically move it in this enclosure that we have up here, and then what we're gonna do is shift the image back onto the screen just a little bit. Like 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. That's perfect right there. So you guys can already see that the image is now square. It's just not on the screen. So what we're gonna do now is just shift it back onto the screen and everything's gonna be hunky-dory.
Kind of want to let the laser warm up the glass. The glass will expand slightly. Really want to run this thing about 15-20 minutes on and then adjust your focus. And when you turn it on, it may not look super tack sharp, but once that glass expands again, because you will, one thing that I did learn, you know, getting these laser projectors, you know, 4-ish years ago, Chris Deutsch, our good buddy that's moved on from JVC, you know, kept saying, you know, I feel like I need to get up, readjust the focus every time. And so what it was is, it was in focus if I just let it warm up, and then I would move it out of focus when it was, get it in focus when it was just fresh on, and then it would go out of focus once it's warmed up. And so what I was doing is I was fighting the back and forth. And so once I took note of that, you know, it's been great, but you may notice it, you may not be sensitive to it. I'm super sensitive to it. I look for things like that. It's hard for me to enjoy a movie sometimes because those things bother me, but it's things that I don't like to overlook when I'm here on site for our customers. So just a quick pro tip there, let the glass warm up a little bit, 15-20 minutes, then really dial in your focus. We're gonna go ahead and show you how to do that, even though this projector's only been on for less than 5 minutes. But you will want to do that after this puppy's warmed up a little bit. Another thing, if you are using an acoustically transparent screen, the woven, the mesh, it can kind of throw off your eyes focus. So one thing you can do is get a white sheet of printer paper, hold it up flat to the screen, then adjust your focus that way. But this is a solid screen, so we're gonna hit the lens control button again, get to focus. Okay, and so what we're gonna do is you're gonna rack it down. You're racking the focus. So on a camera, you can turn the lens to get in focus, right? You can tap the screen on your iPhone. We can't do that here. So how lenses work is you're gonna get the lenses, the glass elements in the lens aligned to where everything is in focus on a vertical plane, right? If this screen was another foot back, if it was forward, you're gonna have to rack the focus to make it seem sharper. So right now, you can clearly see it is out of focus. So I'm going to start clicking the up button, and you can see it really get close there. Okay, I can see a lot of pixels. I'm gonna go past, okay, so now it's back out of focus. So I'm gonna go down, 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 down. Okay, starting to see those pixels again. Okay, now I don't see them. So I'm about 1 or 2 clicks away, and she looks pretty spot on. So, you know, 80%, 90% of what I would say done in setting up this projector. One thing that we're gonna do further for our customer here, the panel alignment. So you're gonna have a red, blue, green panels. Those need to be aligned, or if you've ever been to a crappy movie theater and you see white text on screen, but you see a red above it and a blue below each letter, those panels are out of alignment. You need to see white text, not red, white, and blue, like the American flag. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna go to the menu here. It is the middle sub menu, and you're gonna look for pixel adjust. This is going to allow you to adjust the panels. So we're gonna turn it on. And right now we're gonna do the whole area. You can break it down into grids or zones. So you can do like I think it's a 6th. So you can have the top left, bottom left, middle top, down, top right, down right. We're gonna adjust the red first. And again, we're gonna do the pixel first. So what I did by hitting picture mode is change the red pixel to the blue, or the red panel to the blue panel. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring those blue pixels up. You're gonna hit picture mode to switch to red.
I'm not sure if you guys can see this. Let me bring the camera closer, like, there you go.
And then we're gonna bring it down.
There you go. Now we can clearly see on camera the red, green, and blue. Okay, go ahead.
So vertical alignment looks pretty solid. Vertical lines do look white. You do have a slight blue to the left. We're gonna really pay attention to the middle line here. Still have a little blue to the left. So let's go ahead and fix that first. So we're gonna switch back to the blue. We're gonna go to pixel. Instead of pixel, we're gonna do fine. And then we're gonna move that ever so slightly to the right. So now that middle line is, you know, next to perfect, okay? So now we're gonna go back to picture mode. We're gonna manipulate the red pixels. We're gonna bring those back down. Looks pretty solid. I'm gonna go to fine to do those fine adjustments here. Looking at the dead center of the screen here, it looks pretty just tack sharp. What we're gonna do here is go back into our focus to make sure we didn't screw up anything there. And I think we are pretty solid at that point. You know, we're ready to get the popcorn started and watch a movie.
All right, Dream Media family, that is a wrap out here in Nashville. We did a full installation, alignment, went through all the details. The only thing we didn't discuss is calibration. Guys, if you want to get your projector calibrated, we have the industry leading pros. We can actually send your projector off to have it calibrated prior to installation by Chris Deering to ensure absolute perfection. If you guys are interested in learning more about JVC projectors or anything home theater related, 2-channel hi-fi, anything electronic for your home, reach out and show your support. Dream Media is nationwide, and we would love the opportunity to earn your business. All right, guys, well, until next time, this is Zach with Dream Media Home Theater. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.